Monday, y'all. Um, Today, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not talking this loud because I've just been feeling a little down. I literally spent almost my whole morning just crying and praising. Not well, praying. I spent my whole morning crying and praying. And I've been on the phone making all kind of appointments for Kenzie. Y'all, I don't. Every time I think that I don't even have any more tears to cry out with, I end up crying because, for one, I don't know how this came about. It was just random. Like I said, my baby woke up one morning, not wanting to watch TV, and I just knew it was odd. I knew it was strange. And she was in a fetal position, like in the bed, and she just passed out. And it was 2 months ago, so she been going through this probably for like 2 months. I think my timeline is right. I think she been going through it for like 2 months now. Yeah, you can say. Um, oh, I should know, y'all, but I'm not a person that's good with like timelines and stuff like that. I just know that when stuff happens, it happens. Um, but yeah, I just spent my whole morning just trying to take care of business. I think my frustration and the reason why I'm so down is because like she haven't been seen yet. Like she haven't got the help she need. Um, so the steps that I'm taking, first of all, I took the steps to I took her to a place where I seek help from, which is MHMR, and then I took her there to see what they was gonna say. Mind y'all, I deal with anxiety. I gotta keep myself afloat. I can't walk around here knowing that I'm not right mentally and be around my kids with a crazy state of mind. Like I can't do that. So mental illness is real. Like mental illness is real. People need to be aware of mental illness. I mean, that's why a lot of times you find people hurting themselves, other people that they love, and you don't understand why somebody didn't end up taking their life. I gotta take this call. Okay, well, okay, well, is it? Do I continue to seek y'all, or do y'all want me to call the three numbers that I have? Okay. 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 Thank you. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I did want to get some of that on there because y'all, it's real. Like, and I know I'm not supposed to question God, and I know better, but sometimes I just feel like I was sometimes I'd be like, wow, look, I don't want to say craziness, because it's not everything happens for a reason, I guess. Like, obviously, but it's just like I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna even touch that right there. But I just know the Lord won't give me too much I can bear to stand. Like, okay, at 2:30, I gotta make some more phone calls. But yeah, it's just so hard because like I don't know what's going on, and she haven't had the help. And then another thing that's kind of scary too. The woman that I talked to, she was like, has she been seen like scan wise, like neither one of my kids have had they haven't had like a full CT scan. Like they want to make sure like because I know I have a tumor on my brain, but I'm not. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus over my kids and over me too. But they saying that it's important that Kenzie get like a CT scan to make sure that she's good in that area to where her brain functions is clear. And y'all, that Kenzie, like she like a miracle baby. Like she she I was in the tub when she was born, and I had got out the shower and I looked at her, and she was just like she had a little pus and blood coming out of her nose, and she was almost limp. Like I thought I had lost her then. Like I took her to the emergency room. They rushed her to the emergency room, and then like she was they couldn't find not they couldn't do something. They couldn't do something. Well, anyways, long story short, she ended up having to go to a bigger hospital. She stayed there for a few days. Um, they couldn't really tell me nothing what was wrong with her, but her breathing was abnormal. She had abnormal breathing. Um, and she stayed in the hospital for a few days. Um, but y'all, Kenzie, I remember one time, when she was about one, I stayed in the same complex, but I stayed at a different number. And I remember putting her in her high chair, and it was just me and her, Christasia, at school. It was just me and her, and I put her in a high chair, and I put her food in front of her. I made her some pancake and some eggs. And y'all, she pointed over there. Then she pointed in the corner at the end, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What's up with her?" And she was a little baby, so she couldn't really talk. But every time I asked her what's over there, she was just pointing in the corner. And I was like, man, I was like, there's nothing over there. But I think Kenzie been seeing stuff since she was little. And another thing that happened was she was a little older than she could talk. She was like 3 or 4. She 5 now. She was like 3 or 4, and I'm still over here in this a different apartment but the same complex. And I had to go pick up Christasia because at the time, for some reason, junior high kids, they can't ride the bus. You have to take them to school. So I was going to pick up Christasia from school. And I got to the door to open it, and she turned around. She turned around and told whoever she was talking to, my baby said, "Come on, you can come too." And I was like, "Who's she talking to?" And I was like, she was like, "Come on, come on, come on." And she was just like talking to somebody in the hallway. And I was like, she talking to? And like, that's what I'm saying. I say all that to say that I think Kenzie been seeing stuff since at an early age. And I told my mom about it. I told my mama, "Do you believe And I forgot what I asked. I said something. I said, "Do you believe that people can see stuff or something?" I asked her, and I think I told her before. I was like, "I think Kenzie sees stuff," and it's not the first time I done told a family member that. I used to tell people that before this right here even happened. I was telling people like they had already knew about. Um, so certain people knew about certain stuff. Like for instance, some people knew about the high chair, and I didn't tell everybody about it. I was telling some people, but I did tell my family now before Kenzie started having these episodes. I did share with a lot of my family members over to my sister house that she was telling somebody to come on while I was going to get Christasia from school. Like she been doing this. Like she been pointing at stuff and talking to people. Like I don't know. But I do know one thing. I trust in the Almighty God, and I know that whatever my baby dealing with, she gonna be okay. I just want people to know that it's real. Like mental illness is real. Like, and it don't even have to be like depression, paranoia, schizophrenia. It can be like hear, people can say they heard stuff or see stuff, and you don't even know. And people want you to believe them. And a lot of times we think just this stuff happen in movies, but this stuff happen in reality because I'm going through it. I am a living witness that my baby seen some. Matter of fact, y'all, hold that thought. I'm just to show y'all what my baby drew, and I'm just to explain it to y'all. And let me mind y'all that I'm getting in contact with family members. I'm getting in contact with family members and telling them to pray for my baby. I took my baby to the altar, let my pastor pray for her. Um, but y'all, this is what she see. This is a picture of what she drew. Okay, let me explain this to y'all. She said that this right here is one set of horns. Those two brown things that right there, she said that's another set of horns. I was like, what's that? She said those are horns too. And if y'all can see, she got a mean thing right there. I said, why you make that on the head? She said, because he mean. Then she said, she made another one. She said, because he real mean. And then she said, he got red eyeballs, red eyes with black eyeballs. She said the reason why she put all those colors on him is because she said he's on fire. She gave him wings, so it's almost like it's uh it's almost like it's Satan himself as an angel because he had wings. Then I said, well, why did you make that? Because it reminded me of someone like a fish. So she was like, that's where his fire come from. She said, this right here is where his fire come from. And this is the picture that my baby drew. And y'all tell me what this looked like to y'all. And so I said, think happy thoughts. So I turned it on the back and I told her, let's draw flowers together. And that's what we do. This is what we drew. So, I be trying to do everything I can to take my baby mind off of whatever it is that she dealing with. But like that her being in that car, jumping out that seat, like we could have had an accident on our way to Walmart when she jumped out that seat, and she jumped out that seat and jumped in the front while Christasia was driving. I'm in the passenger side. She was just kicking and screaming. She just kept on saying the dust, the dust, the dust. She said when she see this, y'all, she made it very clear because she's smart at explaining herself. She even used big words. That's how smart she is. But she said when she see this, she see it more so like in the thing. But she said he morphs, and she said he turns into like dust. You know how like dust is, like you know how say how for instance like when you see when something on fire, you see the fire, but then when it goes out, you see all the stuff just coming down. Kind of like what you seen on the movie if y'all watch the September 11, like the Twin Towers. Like if you see someone fire and then somebody put it out, you see all the stuff. She was just in the back seat saying dust, dust, dust. I see the dust. I see the dust. So I pulled over. I told Christasia to pull over. And I was crying. We had stopped over at a little barbecue spot. It's like a little old bitty building where people buy barbecue at, and people was just looking at me, and I was like, Kenzie, ain't nobody in the car but me, you, and Christasia. I said, it's just us. And she was like, after I had to calm down, I put her back in the car seat. I had to calm down. She was just in the back seat while we was on our way to Walmart. She was still, we had let the window down, and cause Christasia, she was like, I'm gonna let the window down so you can throw it out the window. Christasia told was telling her, just throw it out the window. She wasn't throwing it out the window. She was just hitting it, and kicking it, just hitting it, kicking it. She said, I'm hitting it. I'm getting fighting it out the window. I'm fighting it out the window. And I was like, oh my God. But y'all, it was scary because we could have had a car accident. She just jumped up in the front while Christasia was driving. She was kicking Christasia's arms, trying to get in the front. I said, Lord have mercy, Jesus. What is my baby seeing? But this is what she drew. So not only did she read to me last night, she was just like, she read to me full speed. Heart was racing. I'm talking about racing. Her heart was racing. And she was scared out of her mind. She was just, heart rate just going fast. I just held her. She got behind me, put pillows over her face. She's like, I see that monster. I see that monster. I think my baby been seeing stuff since she was little. I honestly do. I honestly feel like she have. And I've been telling, I told the people about it too. I was like, I think she been seeing stuff since she was little. I told them about the high chair situation. I told them about going to pick up her stage for school. Told them about that little situation. I called my uncle today and told him to pray for her because she been seeing stuff. Because y'all, I don't know if people really take me serious, like, because they see this stuff happen in movies, but this is so serious to the point to where, like, I can't even put in words on how serious this is and why it's happening to my baby. Like, I was told, oh Lord, I'm all over the place, but at this point, I'm venting, y'all. I'm just venting. I had talked to some woman, I'm not gonna put her names, but I had talked to some woman at a store. I had ran into her, and she told me to stay away from a certain person because that certain person do voodoo. She was like, girl, stay away from this certain person because she do voodoo. And I was like, okay. I was caught off guard, like really caught off guard, but I was like, And I don't know, it's kind of been in the back of my mind because lately I have been feeling like I'm up against turmoil. I really been feeling like I'm up against turmoil. Like my home, y'all see me clean up this house, it don't never feel like home. It stays dirty no matter how much I clean it. And I know y'all might be like, but I'm just telling y'all, um, the door locks by itself. It was doing it when I came in, and I asked the landlord, the man, I was like, "Is there something wrong with this doorknob?" Shoot, Chris Kinsey used to try to come in my room. My kids used to try to come in there to use my bathroom, and they'd be like, "The door locked." I'd be like, "The door locked when ain't nobody in there. I don't even be in there. We can't don't nobody be in my room, in my bedroom at all, and we'll shut the door, and it'll lock." I really think it's something wrong with the doorknob though, because I ain't trying to exaggerate nothing. I really think something wrong with the doorknob because I think I seen a little dent on it. But then we had a problem with the heating system too. Like at one point in time, we had the air on, and it was blowing out heat, and it was just dripping with water, just dripping with water. Like it was. I have a vent right there that was dripping with water. The ones in the bathroom was dripping in water. It was like it was exhaust or something. So, yeah, this house don't feel like home. It don't feel like home. And I feel like, and I, for some reason, I don't know why I feel like I'm always up against turmoil. Like that would give me too, cause I was like, I know I'm a Christian woman, and I know I don't fear nobody but God, no matter what I deal with. But at the same time too, it's almost if it's like, I don't know, it's like, it's kind of like you, it's like I feel energy. I feel some kind of negative energy trying to come up against me. It's like almost like somebody praying on my downfall or praying for bad things. And y'all, don't sit here and say it's crazy, because that's what haters for. That's why it's heaven and hell. So it's people out there that do all this craziness, that's practice voodoo. It's people that, this stuff. I mean, come on now. It's a heaven and hell for a reason. And I'm not crazy at all. Sure, I know it's a heaven and a hell for a reason. I know it's some devilish people out there. We all know that. If we don't, we better know. But yeah, I just feel like I'm always up against turmoil. Like it's like no matter what kind of turmoil I'm up against, it's like I just keep on decreeing, I declare victory. And it's like whatever the negative energy is, it knows that I don't care, because I trust in God. I feel like it just try to get worse and worse and worse. The more I see that I worship God, the more it try to get worse. That makes sense. No, I say every time you want to do good, evil is always present. That's what it is. Evil is always trying to be present. Because to remind y'all, I had just did a video on God changing my eating habits, and I was training. I don't say I was training my mind, but and I still been, I've been on the road for eating healthy for 2 months now, and I've been doing a good job. Like, I'm losing the weight. I mean, I got on black pants, but I'm losing the weight. I ain't sucking nothing in. This right here is, my back fat is going away. I ain't sucking nothing in. My back fat is going away and stuff like that. And them blessed marks, not stretch marks. My kids was a blessing. They gave me them marks, and that's why they blessed marks. But yeah, so I mean, I'm losing weight, but it's not about losing weight. I had just made up in my mind that I want to give my body a break. My body deserves to have a break. Ooh wee, when I tell y'all, I tired of beans and cornbread, piling all that cornbread and sugar on them rinsed out beans with that greasy meat. I ate a lot of baked food too, but I just wanted to give my body a break. And it seemed like once I started doing that and doing YouTube, it seemed like Kansas situation came. And I was like, dang, like, enemy, you want me that bad? You want me to give up that bad, to stop believing in God that bad, to mess with my child mind like this? But I'm just gonna give her the help. And I got prayer warriors, y'all. My pastor is a prayer warrior, him and his wife. My church of prayer warriors, my uncle, my auntie, she's an evangelist. I think my Aunt Regina is a minister. She's something, but like, I got prayer warriors in my corner, so I know cancer be all right. This too shall pass. I just want to vent to y'all, so I hope y'all I ain't gonna even say enjoy this video, because I just want to vent. But y'all, when y'all look at this picture, y'all comment down below what y'all think this picture look like. Comment down below if y'all seen what my baby see. Comment down below what y'all think about this picture. This is what she drew. She said he got 2 sets of horns, some red eyes, some black eyeballs. He has some wings because he can fly. He got fire coming from his tail. Comment down below what y'all think about that picture. I do have numbers right here. I'm just gonna flash it on this paper. I do have numbers right there, so where I have to call these numbers around 2:30 to see who I can get in contact with as far as her getting help. I am going to be using Medicaid transportation too, because my car, I'm not driving that car nowhere. I'm not driving that car. I ain't taking the risk to drive. I mean, I drive my car, don't get me wrong, but that car act funny. when they want to. I be using Medicaid transportation. But she do, like I said, she do have to. I do make her appointment for tomorrow, so she will be getting a brain scan. I'm just gonna have to keep y'all posted. Um, I just want to thank y'all for listening. Honestly, I just want to thank all my subscribers. I love y'all. Y'all just know that what I'm going through is real. Know that what my daughter dealing with is real. Know that it's mental illness out there, and it's people who practice all this evil stuff upon you, and you might not even know it. You don't know when people plot evil on you, when they try to scheme and plot evil against you. It's people out there like that, y'all. We just got to be aware and alert of our mental state, who we have around us. We have to be aware, y'all, because the time is near. The time is near, and I just want y'all to keep us in y'all prayers. Christasia, she okay. She just sad for her sister, and that's another reason why I be getting emotional. Cause Christasia, she sad. She be sad for Kenzie. She used to be like, oh, and she gets so upset, and she just try to stay strong. She's Christasia smart, y'all. Christasia made A's and B's. Her lowest grade was a 98. I wish I had her phone to show y'all, but her lowest grade was a 98. Kenzie, she improving. Well, y'all,